All right, they got some music on there, but you can kind of see what's going on. All right, this is Jay Barbie, everyone, and you can see that she's dancing pretty seductively, and then you got old girl in the jeans,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, and these cowgirl boots. All right, they took the camera off of her, but now they're back to her. All right, that's one video. Here's another video. It must have been the same day because she's wearing the same clothes. I just don't understand what's going on here, honestly. I mean, we have a story to talk about, but I don't understand why she's just dancing by herself. Like, to me, if this is supposed to be like some one giant kickout or hangout or something, I don't understand what's going on then, because y'all giving her the clout. Like, she's trending because she's doing these little dances, but again, um, so anyways, so let me get to the story. So Jay Barbie has apparently pulled a cooking with Kaya situation where she has divided some community members about some black men are loving her and then some black women are not loving her. And now it's not like 100% across the board. I mean, to me, looking at this chick, and MC, feel free to give us your sage advice on this. But looking at this chick, I don't understand why people are just going nutso on her. I mean, I think she's pretty, but for people to be like, losing their minds over Jay Barbie, I don't get it.
I
Like
mean,
she
I
just
get it. I get it. I'm pretty sure that was a dude recording. First of all, let's ain't no woman checking for her like that unless she
that's
playing both
true.
teams.
That's very true.
She's in shape and she's dancing seductively. That's what the hype is. I know she's been getting a lot of smoke from black women, and I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from. Are they trying to
Yeah.
accuse
But
her
we've
of
seen a
cultural
lot of women
appropriation?
dance. But we've seen a lot of women dance like this.
If that's the only issue though, if they're just concerned with how she's dancing, that's
Mhm.
more so a reflection of how trash our culture is because all she's doing is dancing like seductively. Is that what you associate with our culture and our women? Is seductive dancing online? Like, what are you getting worked up for?
That is a very good point. She's mixed, right?
I did not know she was mixed, but there's conversations to be had with that too, if we're being honest.
She is definitely mixed. Yeah. Well, to be fair though, when I saw her, I knew there's white, but I knew she's mixed with something. But apparently, yeah, no, she's mixed, and I think her dad is black, and the usual.
Yeah, of course he
But
is.
this guy clips. Anyways,
We briefly talked about on the episode we couldn't get to air last week. We briefly talked about people who date outside their race, and let me be clear. I don't care who you date.
this
The
guy.
only people I have a problem with are the ones that think that because there's literally a group of people who date outside their race and they think that they're ending racism and saving humanity by doing that. And I'm like, shut up. You just sticking your meat inside a white chick. You ain't no damn civil rights hero. Go sit down somewhere.
Hey,
This is really
everybody,
not that serious. If you like to play in the snow, play in the snow. Who cares?
man, I need that Dr. Umar soundbite.
We must remain focused, my brothers. We must remain focused.
For real. All right. So here's a another tragic mulatto. Let's see what she has to say about Jay Barbie.
Is a white presenting biracial woman. And I do mean racially white presenting. Jay Barbie does not move through the world.
Now keep in mind what she said. A white woman or a black woman. The fuck she say?
She is white. She's biracial, presenting. Just start it over, man, because I'm trying. My brain's about to explode listening to this.
Presenting biracial woman. And I do mean racially white presenting. Jay Barbie does not move through the world where people look at her and know that she is a black woman. People do not look at her and already.
Okay. I feel like she's doing the same goddamn thing too. I mean, and she's a gorgeous chick too. Like she's very gorgeous. Like she's definitely. I mean, she's way better than Jay Barbie. I tell you that much. But she's playing that same card though, and I think it's funny how we went through this whole election cycle about is Kamala black? Is she white? Or I mean, is she Indian or whatever the case is? And everybody kept telling us that she's black though. But you get Jay Barbie up here, people want to start having this conversation about people presenting as racially ambiguous or as a white woman or whatever the case the shit is.
So it's hard to have conversations like this because what she's trying to do is say that she's not a part of our culture, or she's only a part of our culture when it's convenient. But when I hear people talk like that, my counterpoint is always, what is our culture? Because right now it seems to be thought behavior. Like, we're literally sitting here talking about a woman who's dancing online and getting all the attention of all the men because she was dancing in a sexual manner.
That's
So
true.
again, how are we defining our culture? By goofy stuff, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Now,
Already
I'm going
assumed.
to. Oh, go ahead. Later
Oh,
on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here and present the argument from the other side.
Hey, what other side?
I'm about to. This is story time with MC, and I'll be real quick. So when I was in college, we had an organization called the African American Organization. I was the treasurer, and a bunch of people that I know worked on the committees, and we did a lot of dope stuff at the university. There was a lady who claimed to be biracial, but she was actually white. She wanted to join. Nobody had ever met her. She never been to any of our functions. And for the most part, she was accepted. There were maybe 2 or 3 people that was like, why is she here? And, of course, people got to put their capes on and defend her. We come to find out later on that she was taking a sociology class. She was using us as a subject for her paper. So she had no intent on contributing anything that we were doing, like mentorship and helping people get scholarships and stuff like that look like us. So there are some people who do who do take from the culture, but I would more so want to define it first because once we define it, then we can have the conversations on who's in there and who's not. There's a whole lot of conversations to be had before we even get to stuff like this. This is a distraction.
I'm gonna tell you this much right now. You're not gonna be able to define the culture because, first of all, we have too many simps, too many son husbands in the culture that just like you said, like people are just gonna throw their capes on, especially for people that don't even look like them. They're gonna throw their capes on, or for the people that do look like them, they're gonna throw their capes on because they have this calling to save a woman from accountability or save a woman from she's about to get roasted, so they got to jump in there and try to save her. So until the men could, I mean, I don't want to say fix because that sounds something different, but until the men realize that you kind of have to let people do their thing and whatever craziness happens, then so be it. But until then, I mean, you're not gonna be able to fix the culture. There's too many. The many topics that we have, that stuff that we don't talk about, is because we don't want people thinking that we're bashing just men or just women or whatever. But we have to like refrain ourselves because of all the fuckery shit that goes on in the community. So as much as I want to have that conversation about the culture, people ain't ready for it yet. Not even close.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to understand what this lady is mad about, because every time people take these stances, they say that she's acting black, but what they really want to say is, I associate this with being black because she's acting ghetto, she's using slang, she's dancing provocatively, she's showing thought behavior and hot girl summer behavior, or she might say the N-word. And in my opinion, all of that stuff needs to be kicked out of the quote unquote culture. So you're defending something that's totally stupid, in my opinion.
Facts.
The same things that they assume about black women, like the same things y'all were trying to say black women were doing and being in the comment section of her video, saying that black women were bitter, saying that black women were jealous. None of these things are projected onto Jay Barbie because she moves through the world as a white presenting woman, biracial or not.
Thanks.
Okay? Because I need y'all to understand biracial is not a race. It is a descriptor and an identifier. A lot of y'all jumping on black women talking about we're calling her white when that woman is mixed, she's black. No, she may be biracial. She may have a black parent and she may be raised around black people and have black people in her family, but she racially presents as a white woman. And we were not the one that called her a snow bunny. A black man did that. No one looks at this woman and says, oh, that's a black woman. Does she have African ancestry?
Okay, in this picture, I can tell she mixed. I can't say she's all the way mixed with black, but I honestly I would have said like Latin or some something can
Man, I'm so baffled by it. It's like, who cares, man? Who cares? This is so
they
stupid.
care. Well, they care because if anything that men, and specifically in this situation, black men care about or get excited about, these, and again, this is, the funny thing is this person, she's a tragic mulatto, so she should understand. I would say she's mixed, but she's out here talking in like there's a big problem here, like she's taking clout from her, and she really isn't.
I do feel for a degree for biracial people because a lot of them aren't raised around black people, but they have black lineage. I know a few who have
Shout out
told
to
me
Kamala.
privately, yeah, you can throw her in there too. And by the way, everybody who argued that she was black, they used the dumbest logic to justify it. Oh,
Yeah,
she's black because she went to an HBCU. She's
black
black
church.
because she joined a black sorority in a black church. And I'm like, that's it. That's like our expectations are so low, and we just don't demand any type of excellence from people. And
No, no,
it's
no.
just it's
It's
just
it's not that it's low or anything. It's not even close to being low because we don't let anyone else walk into the community like this. But because Kamala was
actually, we do.
appeared to be,
Every notable black movement in this country ended because somebody who looked like us penetrated and self-sabotaged. We don't
false.
set any standards or expectations on this type of stuff at all.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, so what I'm saying is, when it comes to like someone like Kamala, everyone's on board. We saw a whole country where, what was it, the 92%? They all were like, yeah, no, she's black. Don't even question it. I'm like, you guys would never, you don't even let Tiger. Okay, so I remember this was trending. So I got caught up on Abbott Elementary, and I was like, I
Mhm.
mean, it was an amazing show, but there's some things that we don't even have enough time to get into. But I got to the Tiger Woods episode. Do you remember the Tiger Woods episode?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, that was way out of bounds. Like Tiger Woods gets no love. Tiger Woods always getting slammed for like not being black enough. And Tiger Woods is, and for the folks that don't know what they're talking about, so Abbott had a conversation about getting golf equipment, and there was a kid that was doing really well, and a black kid at the school, and the joke was, "Oh, you could be the next black Tiger Woods." I'm like, damn, Tiger Woods ain't catching all the strays.
And you know what, TR, the same person who said that was probably the same goofy person that said Bill Clinton was the first black president.
Hey, that true, exactly. So when it comes to people you like or you don't like, the veil, not veil, but your identity gets stripped, your racial identity gets stripped. Byron Donalds just caught some smoke from Jasmine Ratchet about his wife. I'm like, this is wild. So when they don't like you, they talking shit. But if if they're a Democrat like the AOCs or the Ketanji Brown, Kamala Harris, they all date all types of different white men, and they catch zero smoke. No one ever brings it up. It's only when black men are called to the congregation about who their dating preferences are, and black men end up like Jay Barbie, and now they're getting shamed. Well, I won't say they're really getting shamed because nobody cares what these women think. But for the most part, though, they're trying to make something out of nothing. And this is where we have those conversations. This is why we had that Kamala conversation. They magically forgot was no longer an issue. I'm not going to put it to rest. I'm always going to say she's not black. I don't give a damn what people say or how they think about it.
So here's my thing. Let me be direct. Clarence Thomas, Candace Owens, Byron Donalds, hell, even Andrew Tate, they're all black.
But yeah, people
Now,
just found out Tate was black or mixed or
no,
whatever.
his dad was one of the best chess masters to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Like nobody talks about this stuff. They're all black. No matter how you feel about them, we can have a different conversation. Do they contribute to the culture? Do they come around the culture? That's a different conversation. But what you cannot do is take somebody's race away from them based on how they act, because your genetics is something that you are. No matter what happens, you'll always have that DNA makeup. It never changes.
Yeah. Well, like they say, all scared folk ain't kinfolk. I was like, all right, you're an idiot.
Now, Candace called out that Kamala wasn't black, and she bought receipts, and people got on her and challenged her blackness just because she called out Kamala's lineage.
Yeah.
All these conversations are a waste of time anyway, man. Build your circle with people based on character.
Yeah. And all those toy soldiers got in line, and that's why they're a bunch of idiots. Anyways.
Sure. Is she biracial, has a black parent? Sure. Does she present as black? No. Would anyone know that this woman has black ancestry if she did not tell anybody? It was black men in the comment section saying that black women were jealous of this white
I bet
woman
this chick doesn't
because
date
she
black
has a
men.
natural body, not a BBL, as if all black women have BBLs, and because she wears her natural hair. Baby, that's a 613 lace front wig with some pink highlights.
That is a wig.
I think the real issue for a lot of us is that y'all are hyping this girl up, right? Simply because she presents as a white woman. And y'all lose y'all's ever-loving minds when white women do anything in the realm of black culture or when they
I
take up
can
space in
tell.
black spaces.
You know what? I'll wait till she's done talking. This is I can
Actually, I'm
tell.
done with her. I got one more clip, but if you wanna cook real quick, go ahead.
I can tell that this woman has no experience dealing with men. She's making this too complicated.
Mhm.
Men like beauty. Men like beauty.
Yeah,
Men
beauty
are
is
rocking with
everything.
her because she's in shape and relatively attractive. It's not much more complicated than that. All of that, do you act black and you wearing these wigs and the way you talk? That's women talk. Y'all get worked up over that stuff. Most dudes don't care. They see a beautiful woman dancing provocatively and they're going to put the camera on her
We see them
every
all the
single
time.
time. Now, even the real men, they going to look, but they already knowing like, hey, this chick is putting herself out there to the streets. So now she's put herself in the category of she's for play, not for stay. But
Fuck.
regardless, this is a woman's conversation. Men don't get involved in stuff like this typically because we don't care.
Hey, I'm glad you said that.
Black men.
First of all, when you brought up Andrew Tate, and I don't follow Andrew Tate like that. Andrew Tate has done a lot of things that I'm like, oh dog, it's getting very difficult to like even have a conversation about you. But anyways, Andrew Tate got ran off the internet because he was talking that shit, and people were like quoting, or they said boys were quoting Andrew Tate in school and everything. But here we have so much slander towards men, and then a black man, it's like no one cares. It's like everyone's like, oh, open season, say whatever you want. And she got quite a few views on this one, talking about black men collectively defending Jay Barbie. I'm not even defending the chick. I'm like, I think she looks okay. Like, I will say people did over I was expecting like some like a 9 or a 10 or something, and Jay Barbie, I mean, she all right. I mean, I know some of y'all gonna think differently, but she all right though. But we don't deserve these strays just because a couple idiots said something about her in the comments, or they took shots at black women. Like, y'all got trolled on that one. That ain't our problem. Don't be putting out a video talking about black men. Them guys said they left it in the comments. They didn't make videos around it.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the reasons. Well, there were many reasons why we started this podcast, but I know at least for me, one of my primary things was nobody was defending men. All these women get online and they kind of use us as the metaphorical punching bags for the problems that they have, right? So, and I'm saying this from a place of love. So if you take it in a sensitive manner, that's on you. If you feel like there's this battle where you're being outperformed by women from other races, maybe you should study them and see what they're doing that you're not. Or maybe, because let me put it to you like this. The black community in the United States is matriarchal. There's not a lot of male influence in people's house. Everybody grew up with their mama. You've been the head of the house at least since the 60s. So you are creating these men that you now have this issue with. So again, what does that say? What's the takeaway from that?
All right. That's what she got. Oops, don't like that.
You just hearted it.
Are going to collectively do is defend white women. Because why I keep seeing up and down my timeline,
She's black.
Black men saying that black women is angry, jealous, bitter, and hating on somebody named Jay Barbie. I don't even know who that is. I just went and looked her up. They saying we mad and jealous because she line dancing, because she ain't got no BBL, because she wearing her real hair. I looked at her page. The girl got a lace front on in a couple videos, which is nothing wrong with that. We don't give a fuck. Why do they keep trying to glaze us in this way?
All right. I gotta call this out. She's trying to have a
news that. Go ahead.
Real quick. She's trying to have I don't know if she's trying to have a serious conversation, but come on, hold on.
We don't give a fuck.
Why she doing all this?
Why do they keep trying to glaze us in this
all this
way?
shaking. This is so unnecessary.
Why do you have to insult your fucking mother? The woman whose womb you came out of to uplift another woman. I have not seen one video of us talking about this girl. I haven't seen it. If it exists, I haven't seen it. But up and down my timeline, I see niggas saying that, yo, they're black women are jealous. Y'all hating on the snow bunny because she dancing. Why y'all angry? Why y'all bitter? Why y'all mad? Who? Where? She got a natural body. She ain't got no BBL. Bitch, I don't got a BBL. I ain't got no filter on. I got a little bit of concealer. This is me. I got a little bit of pieces in, but bitch, I could take this shit off and I will still eat motherfuckers up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm tired of them glazing us in this way. It's glazing. I don't give a fuck when nobody say they are obsessed. Because what the fuck is going on? What's really going on?
All right, she's full of shit. Anyway.
Hey, TR, for somebody that says she doesn't care about this, she sure seems very invested.
Yeah.
Maybe my timeline and my circles are built different than the average person. Where's the black men that they claim are defending this lady at? Where are they at? I'm not seeing them. Are they in the comments?
Yeah. No. Well, they probably were in the comments with Jay Barbie, but that's about it.
The way this lady is dancing is the same way when you go out to a bar or a club on a Saturday night. It's the same typical thought behavior.
Yeah.
So why is it a problem when she does it? What do you want? Like the women who are outraged about this, what's the end result that you want that'll make you happy with this situation? Do you want all men to collectively ignore her? Asking a straight man to ignore a woman who's in shape dancing in a provocative way is ridiculous. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, I don't understand why they. You might be upset with Jay. She's probably not even upset with Jay Barbie though. But like I said, it's open season on black men because you can say whatever slander you want on any of these social medias. I rarely see anyone like lose their platform because they were talking shit about black men. They don't. You can lose your platform about talking shit about women or black women. I don't think I've seen. Well, I guess we count Andrew Tate because he does talk shit about women in general. But other than like Andrew Tate, someone extreme like that, no one really loses their platform talking about or I mean talking about men is what I mean. So it's open season. She's allowed to have the ability to, say what she wants to say about black men, and there's no repercussions. And then you got a lot of black men that will just be like, well, it is what it is. I'm like, no, the one thing that when it comes to women, what they do the best on is they circle the wagons. You say one thing about a woman, or in this case a black woman, they all come for you in the comments though. So you got to be a real it has to be really egregious, and they almost have to like dislike you in order for them to come for you though. People are still defending Lizzo, and Lizzo's a piece of shit. Like we just forgot about those mini Diddy lawsuits that she had.
Those background dancers, and let's not forget that she changed her message too. Remember, she was pushing body positivity, and then she turned around and dropped all that weight.
Exactly. She don't want to be big, but she lied to y'all though, because she trying to keep her man is what she's trying to do.
I don't know what the hell she's trying to do. Look, here's the thing, women, y'all got to stop caring so much about things that are counterproductive. If that lady ain't, this young woman is not doing anything to affect your lifestyle. Maybe you caught your man staring at one of her videos or something. So what?
No, here's the message. The women need to hold women accountable. And I know that's never going to happen, but that's really what needs to happen though. It doesn't matter what the men say, but if it's not a big deal, then she should not be coming after the men, because when she's talking about black men in general, she's talking about your dad, she's talking about your nephew, she's talking about your cousins, any male in your family and friends, she's talking about them. And so that's the image that the black male image needs to repair, because black women need to hold the women accountable, and then black men, well, actually, it's so difficult to have this conversation though, because there's too many son husbands that they just want to argue and fight over dumb stuff like this. And because they're trying to protect the image of the black woman. You ain't even married to a black woman. What are we having this conversation for? You're not even married to a black woman, but you want to act like you're making like you're out here defending a situation where you don't even respect black women like that. But if it's somebody that doesn't date black women, or if somebody is white, you get all charged up because we got to protect the culture. How you can protect the culture when you don't even take care of their own culture? That's what I want to know.
Hey, real quick, TR. I don't have TikTok, but I did just find a TikTok video of her dancing again. And there's a couple of guys in the simp army on here, but most of the people that are giving her positivity and telling her that she has haters are other women.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to understand where all this black men stray stuff is coming from. We seem to catch a lot of strays, a lot not deserved. And I'm looking at these comments, and I would say at least 80 to 90% of these comments are all women.
Yeah. But you know what's funny though? For the folks saying that she's white presenting, how come white people know she's not black or know she is black? How come white men aren't jumping in the comments and being like, "Oh my God, I want to talk to her," because they know she's black. They know she's mixed with something. Like, I don't know why white men are catching strays on this, because if you say she looks white, okay, fine. How come white men are going after her? They
We
kind
spend
of
so much time. This is goofy, man. This is so goofy.
Yeah. Actually, let me see
Oh
her.
man.
I'm gonna let her dance real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and let her dance. And while you doing that, I just want to call out that last lady who we just looked at, ma'am. You don't worry about this lady, because if I me personally, if I was looking at those two side by side, no, without like hearing them talk, I would have chose that last lady that we just watched. But then when she started talking and the way she came off, I probably would have took a few steps back. Like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't feel like being mad at anybody today, and that's your thing. You can have that.
And like I said, respectfully, Jay, I mean, she's straight. I just, for the ones that are simping out though, I was like, that bar is very low then. But I mean, you like what you like. All I'm saying is they made it more of a conversation by attacking black men through her. And then had they just left it alone, this wouldn't have been a conversation. But it is, because they needed somebody to go after. And again, if you want to get your numbers up, go after black men. Crazy.
Yeah,
Anyway.
this is nuts. Man, stay out of this one. Let the ladies have this one. Stay the hell out of this.
Yeah, let the 92% handle it.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
a fact.
Yeah, next topic.